Good afternoon, I'm Mir Wazir and this is your 12:45 Bulletin. There are fears over the future of Southampton Airport today after the collapse of regional airline Flybe. Dozens of flights have been cancelled at the airport after the company went into administration. The company had been struggling and had agreed a rescue deal with the government in January, but now says the loss of trade due to coronavirus has forced them to close down. Our correspondent Hannah Woodcon has the latest. Hannah.
Thanks, Mir. At around 3 a.m. this morning, it was confirmed Flybe, Europe's largest regional airline, has ceased trading with immediate effect. So what does that mean? Well, now around 2,000 jobs are at risk. At Southampton Airport, 95% of all flights are operated by Flybe. All of those flights are now cancelled. So what can passengers do? Well, Flybe has said to those due to take a seat on one of those aircraft, do not travel to the airport unless you have already arranged an alternative flight. Flybe cannot arrange these alternative flights for you. The Transport Secretary Grant Shapps tweeted this morning it was very sad Flybe had gone out of business after serving passengers for 4 decades, and government staff will be on hand in UK airports to assist and work with airline, train and bus operators to help people find alternative ways home. And Paul Holmes, the MP for Eastleigh, said, "We urgently need clarity on a situation and a plan to safeguard jobs. I will continue to do all I can to ensure the long-term viability of Southampton Airport with or without Flybe." Meanwhile, the Civil Aviation Authority Chief Richard Mariarty said, "We know that Flybe's decision to stop trading will be very distressing for all of its employees and customers. For the latest advice, Flybe customers should visit the CAA website or the CAA's Twitter feed." So can you get your money back? Well, not right now. As this is a financial collapse, there is no rebookings or automatic refunds for flights through Flybe. Make sure to contact your travel agent for further details if you have a flight planned with Flybe, and remember, do not travel to the airport.
The coronavirus outbreak has affected thousands of people worldwide, and the latest figures show 87 people in the UK have the virus. Yesterday, the first case of a person from Hampshire to contract the disease was reported. According to a joint statement from the County Council and Public Health England, the Hampshire patient has recently returned from Italy but is now having a treatment in London. So what is the latest situation and advice? Holly Busby reports.
The UK is in its next stage of its response plan to the coronavirus, known as the delay phase, meaning it's beginning to spread across communities, with Hampshire now confirming their first positive case since the outbreak in China. In light of the Northern Italy epidemic, Solent University are offering information and advice to students who have travelled back from any of the Category 1 and 2 specified countries and areas. All students should continue to attend university unless informed not to by Public Health England. Hand sanitizer will be distributed across the campus this week to ensure staff and students follow the NHS advice of retaining good hygiene practices, as the risk to the public is now moderate. If you have concerns for your own health or want to know how to look after your well-being, call the NHS on 911 and inform the Student Hub.
Clean, and every now and then I'm using napkins and other things to clean my hands.
And since all this context is happening, there's more people ordering and just buying this health wash for the hands, and we have this kind of manual block that we cannot order more because our bosses are saying that people are ordering a lot of them.
A match taking place at St Mary's against Newcastle will introduce stricter regulations.
With Saints due to play Newcastle on Saturday, new restrictions have been put in place amid fears of the coronavirus. Newcastle became the first Premier League team to announce handshakes and selfies with the fans will be banned due to the accelerated rate at which the coronavirus is spreading. Ralph Hasenhüttl put out an announcement yesterday meaning Southampton
A major failure of Virgin Media, BT and Sky Broadband is affecting the south of England and the Isle of Wight. Southampton and Bournemouth are among the worst hit locations for issues within the past 24 hours, according to the service's checker website. There is no information as to when the service will be fixed. Today, you can get involved with the Solent University Mental Health Day. The event takes place in the Spark, starting in a few minutes at 1 p.m. and running until 3 o'clock. There is information on both uni and citywide sports services. Hundreds of children across the city went to school in fancy dress today. Why? Because it's a World Book Day. Thousands of bookshops across the country help make the World Book Day, which is the biggest celebration of its kind anywhere in the world. The mission is to give every person up to the age of 18 a free book. What is available in Southampton? Benny Lawrence went to find out.
World Book Day is approaching for another year, and Southampton is preparing for the annual celebration of books with tokens and costumes for sale.
So it's the first year we're celebrating World Book Day as a company, and we're really excited to get in and dress up and just get involved. So me and other staff are dressing up as Little Red Riding Hood and like the Big Bad Wolf and a couple of the characters from the story. Well, hopefully we'll do it next year and years to follow, because we're trying to encourage just to get everyone reading, like children, adults, and obviously as a bookstore we just want to get as many people reading as we can.
A £1 book token for those who are 18 and under can be downloaded online and then redeemed at a series of stores in Southampton. These include bookshops and some supermarkets such as Tesco's and Sainsbury's. On the day there will be other discounted stories for sale and prizes to be won. This is Bethany Lawrence for Solent Journalism.
RESO, the retail store run by Solent University students, has hosted a clothes swap event. The event took place in the Marlin Shopping Centre. People brought in unwanted clothes in exchange for new ones. Shivani Kapuri has more.
Student-led retail store RESO in Southampton organised Swap Not Shop event. The event took place in the Marlin Shopping Centre. I spoke to MA student Lauren Grist, who studies at Solent University.
So I've decided to host an event where you guys swap clothes because it's sustainable. Obviously fast fashion is quite a big problem in our generation and in this century. So I thought it'd be a really good idea to get people involved in swapping their clothes. As you can see, all these clothes behind us are literally unwanted, and that's just like off a small amount of people that I managed to gather it from.
Donations were accepted in exchange of token in case people didn't had any clothes to swap. Massive range of clothes, accessories like bridesmaid dresses, shoes, earrings and scarves were donated by people. There was a £1 entry and all money raised went to a brain tumour charity. This is Shivani Kapuri for Solent Journalism.
And a Southampton-based charity that makes fun pajamas for children going into hospital has appealed for volunteers. Pajama Fairies was founded in 2015 by Susie Carroll. The charity makes pajamas and surgical gowns especially designed for babies and children. Across the UK, the charity has donated over 4,000 garments free of charge each year directly to hospital wards. Lauren Sigri reports.
Going into hospital can be a very daunting time for families all over the UK. One charity aims to ease the anxiety that surrounds children and surgery. We spoke to Susie Creel from the charity Pajama Fairies about the work they have been doing within Southampton.
Pajama Fairies is an organisation, a charity that was set up 5 years ago to provide gowns and pyjamas for children going into hospital so that they can feel more comfortable rather than having to wear large NHS garments. It's really easy. You go onto the internet, onto the Pajama Fairy page, and there's a heading, Becoming a Fairy. Follow those guidelines. So if you want to make your pajama wings, you make your pyjamas following the instructions because they are quite specific, and then send your garments to me. Southampton Hospital asked us, I think it was 240 gowns, and we took them to the PIC unit in the Southampton Hospital. They looked at them, thought they were wonderful, etc., etc. And then we were given a tour of the actual PIC unit.
This has been Lauren Sigari for Solent Journalism.
That's all from us for now. You can find all our stories and more online. Head to solentjournalism.co.uk. We are back with another update at 3:45. Have a nice day.